Ladies, if you wear wigs, weaves, braids, or extensions,
and if you're tender-headed like me,
or tangle just like me,
or have thick hair like mine,
or hate getting your hair combed,
keep watching!
Hi guys, thanks for checking out another TM Hair Products video. In today's video, I'm going to give you guys a detailed video on how to detangle kinky, tightly coiled, tender-headed children's, adults, anybody's hair. Same technique. I'm just using my daughter because she's very tender-headed. As you can see, I'm untwisting her hair with my hands 90% of the way. I had to use a comb around the nape and around the edges, the root of the braids, because that's where the dirt and oil and all of that stuff accumulated. So I had to use a comb there because I didn't want to rip her hair out. At this point, I have not combed through her hair at all except for removing the twist at the nape of her hair. So I have not combed through it. I have not done anything. I haven't sprayed water. I haven't done anything to her hair at this point. Now what I'm going to do is I use my hands to separate her hair. Wherever it separates, wherever the hair naturally separates, that's where I separate the hair. I don't pull it apart. I don't do anything like that at this point. Now at this point, all we're trying to do is get some organization to the hair. Now, your parts may not be clean at this point, and that doesn't matter. Right now, you're just trying to get the hair separated so you can start the detangling process. You can always clean the parts up later. Now, I'm going to do this side off camera, and then I'm going to come back on, explain to you what I did, and then show you how to do it. Now, as you can see, I have cleaned up the parts on this side. I've detangled this side. So again, that's why I tell you, you don't have to worry about the parts being clean when you're separating the hair because you can always clean it up later, and it's a lot less painful when you clean it up later. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a small piece of her hair in the back, her edges. I'm going to start with her edges, taking a very small piece, lightly misting her hair with water because her hair is very dry and her hair is tightly coiled. And tightly coiled hair, contrary to what a lot of people believe, is very fragile. So I'm going to be using TM Hair Products Smooth Through Detangler, and this will become your best friend if you have a tender-headed child, or if you're a tender-headed adult, or you have clients who are very tender-headed. This will become your best friend. Now, after you apply the detangler, you work it in with your hands. I'm going to use a fine-tooth comb. Don't panic. I'm going to explain to you why. I'm using a fine-tooth comb to detangle her hair because she suffers from a lot of single-strand knots. So a wide-tooth comb would not be able to comb through those single-strand knots. Now, as you can see, I'm not taking big chunks of hair. I'm taking small sections of hair. And if you follow these steps and this technique, not only will you detangle the hair faster, you will lose less hair in the process. Your hair will be detangled easier. Your child will not be crying. They will be less painful. As you can see, her body language, she's very relaxed. She's very calm. It's no flinching. It's no ow. It's none of that. So she's very calm and she's very tender-headed. Now, as you can see, I was showing you guys there was next to no hair in the comb. Again, I'm taking another small section, applying water. Water makes the hair pliable. So if you have very dry hair, like if, let's say you're just taking your braids out, your hair would tend to be more dry. You add the water and then you apply the Smooth Through Detangler to the hair, starting from the ends. You should not be in the middle of your hair if the ends are not detangled. Starting from the ends and working your way up to the root. Now, I've had clients, I had people email me, I can't use a fine tooth comb when I detangle my hair. My hair is too thick. I have 4 daughters. I have daughters with very thick hair. I have daughters, her hair is on the thinner side. I have daughters whose hair is very thick. And if you're not familiar with my videos, just scroll through. Feel free to watch any of the other videos. So this technique works on thin hair, thick hair, long hair, short hair. My son has very, very, very thick hair. Same technique. It works on everybody's hair if you follow the steps using the Smooth Through Detangler. As you can see again, I'm taking a small piece of hair, not a big chunk, spraying it with water, adding the detangler. Her hair tangles more at the root. So that's where my focus is. My focus is more at the root because that's where she suffers from more of her tangles. And then she has single strand knots more kind of toward the end. Now what I'm doing is feeling through her hair because I thought I felt a knot or tangle. And if you do, that's fine. That's what this video is for. You will have knots and tangles because this is a detangling video. Again, always starting from the ends, working your way up to the root. I cannot stress that enough. I like to pick through the hair as you see me doing here because it helps to loosen up knots and tangles. I thought I felt a knot. That's why that's what I'm doing. I'm feeling for knots. Now you see that line? That's where the shed hairs are going to slide out of her hair. As you can see there, making the process pain-free. Now, I opened that section up because I thought I felt a knot, but I think I was pulling hair from the bottom. So I thought I felt a knot, so I want to go back through that section and make sure. Now, I like to clip the hair to the side, as you see. I clip the hair to the side and I keep it pulled kind of stretched because her hair is very tightly coiled. So if I just leave the hair hanging after I detangle it, it's more likely to coil back on itself. So I would have to go back through and detangle it again. That's why I use the clips and I keep the hair stretched while I'm detangling it. I'm going to finish the back and then I'm going to show you how I detangle the sides. Now, I'm going to take the sides of her hair, again, taking a very small section because your edges are very fragile. You don't want to pull your edges out. So, taking a very small section of her hair, and as you can see, her edges are still pretty long because these are the steps that I use so that I don't pull her hair out. Now, as you can see from her body language, she's relaxed, she's calm, she's reading her book. You don't see her, she doesn't look tense, she doesn't look irritated, and she'll be asleep in a minute. So that's why I'm really trying to hurry up and get through this. She'll be asleep in a minute. Of course, this video is sped up, but I'm really trying to get through this and do this tutorial because it wouldn't take me as long if I wasn't recording. So even when you do the front, which is a bigger section of hair, you still part thin to medium sections of hair. Now, if your hair is thicker than hers, you might have to use more detangler. If you have more knots than she does, you may have to use more detangler. If you have less knots than she does, then you will probably use less detangler. If your hair is thinner or shorter, you would more than likely use less detangler. So the amount of detangler solely depends on you, your hair, you know, how thick your hair is, how long it's been up. You know, there's a lot of different variables in detangling her hair. Now, as you can see, I use a little more at the top of her hair because she has more tangles and more matting at the root. She's very athletic, so she sweats a lot. So she has a lot more matting at the root of her hair. And I'm showing you guys the comb. That's how much hair has come out through the entire process. So now I just picked up another comb to show you guys that you can go through it. Once you have gone through it with a fine tooth comb, you can go through it with your big comb just to make yourself feel comfortable or ensure. Now her hair, this whole section is detangled. So I've gone through it with a fine tooth comb and now I'm going through it with a wide tooth comb because I'm going to twist the hair because I do not leave their hair loose once I detangle the section. Once I detangle the section, I like to twist it or braid it because, again, her hair is very tightly coiled and it will start to coil back up on itself, which will create more tangles. So then you'd have to redo the same thing over again and you're wasting more time. So this technique helps me to keep the hair organized, and once I detangle it, it keeps it from coiling back on itself. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I will put the link to the website and I'll talk to you in the next video. As you can see, her body language, if I keep this camera running a little longer, she's going to be asleep. She is very tender-headed and she knows it. That's why y'all see, let me show y'all. She all wrapped up cozy in her blanket and stuff. Y'all see that? She will be asleep, and this is a tender-headed child. So I am telling you, the detangler, which you will see on your screen, will become your best friend. Your child will start to love getting their hair combed, the process, the bonding, everything that goes with it. So at this point, I'm going to end this video because I'm sure it's very long, but I want it to be very detailed and tell you guys the tips and things that I don't get to tell you in all the other videos, and then I can refer you guys back to this video if you want more detailed on how to detangle. And I'm going to get her hair rinsed, shampooed, deep conditioned, and blow dried because she will probably be asleep in a minute. Okay, I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye, guys. You gonna say bye?
Bye.